During the Pacific War, despite the slogans that all the country was acting as one, those from Hinamizawa continued to suffer all manner of discrimination. There were too many ways to count. They would send their husbands and sons to war, and the women on the home front would suffer greatly too. My grandmother remembers it well. She remembers it being a difficult time. Even that bitterly long war, however, finally ended in 1945. Hinamizawa had lost many male hands, but at last their fathers and husbands and sons returned to them. Of course, there were also many who didn't come back. Nevertheless, for those in Hinamizawa who were at their limits, barely able to maintain the village without the men, their return was a very happy thing. MacArthur's GHQ set to work on drastically improving mindsets and strove for the abolition of unfair discrimination. You go, MacArthur. Sure, I know all about that. God, it makes me fucking look bad. They could feel day breaking on the dismal night that was the previous era. Hinamizawa was on the verge of turning into a ghost town. Those in the village started to say that they should rebuild it once again, and got to work, trying to make the village even a little more plentiful. During that time, someone appeared who built up a fortune through a vast number of dealings in the black market. That was Mion's grandfather, the husband of the elderly current family, Sohei Sonozaki. The fuck? So he said that he managed food warehouses in Harbin, after being dispatched to the Chinese mainland. When it was time to pull out, he conspired with his superiors and comrades and stole a great deal of the army's canned goods. He hid them somewhere in the Seto Inland Sea and sold them widely at a high price on the black market, thus earning a fortune. I wouldn't complain. So he didn't spend that fortune for his own pleasure either. He entrusted the entire amount to his wife, the head of the Sonozaki house. Okay, Oryu. At least that's why I think her name's pronounced as. I don't know, I'm not Japanese. Let's revive this ruined village. All who live here are our family, and this fortune is our collective property. Comrade! So he proclaimed to my grandmother, the current head of the family. That vast fortune was a huge reason why Hinamizawa was revitalized after the war. That's good. I see. With that, Hinamizawa came back to life. That's how the Sonozaki family had established its current prosperity. Of course, there were many people who begrudged the money coming from the black market, but the villagers no longer minded it. They succeeded at one business venture after another. I mean, I wouldn't fucking bitch about it. Fucking money is money. Come on. Those who had succeeded freely supported those who followed them. The giant family of Hinamizawa, tied together with strong bonds, kept on expanding its influence. The Sonozaki family, the center of everything, would be extolled for a long time as the minds behind Hinamizawa's revitalization. Oh god. The person at the middle of all this was Nana, Mi-chan. That's amazing. Yeah, it's pretty fucking amazing, I guess. You could call it that. What a great success! Shion looked like she was honestly happy Rena had praised her. However, around 1955, the wind started blowing in the other direction again. Because of the canned flesh incident. Oh yeah, this is like set in 1984? I want to say. I think it's that when it's set in. I think it is. Or 86. One of those times. At least I'm pretty sure. Canned flesh. It sounds so hideous that just hearing it made me nauseous. Someone naming himself as my grandfather, Sonozaki's superior, confessed that those canned goods had been human flesh. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh god, that's really fucked up. Oh god. Well, that's gross. Especially if that's actually true. Hinamizawa, a village in which demons lived and ate humans. They were just about to wipe away that cursed stigma. Except someone decided, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna drag it right back out. The light they had finally started to see in their peaceful lives grew hazy and disappeared. The shocking truth as revealed by his former superior. I assume it is true then. The stolen provisions from the old Japanese army that had been a huge cornerstone for Hinamizawa's revival had been canned human flesh. Why were there cans like that? Wasn't Sohi just the manager of food warehouses? His superior revealed that Sohi Sonozaki did not have the job of managing the food. In reality, Sohi's job during the war had been to exterminate pestilent mice and to transport the corpses of those with infectious diseases. Oh no. So the people who died from like the disease or whatever, like he would like just eventually can them or something? Oh god, that's fucked up. It had been unfair treatment, and all because of the lowliness of his origins. That's fucked. That really sucks. Feel bad for the Sonozaki household. Not bad for Shion, because she's probably did something to Mion that I'll never ever apologize. Well, at least accept her apology for. Okay. As a result, though, he had returned safely without having been sent to the front lines or being detained. Perhaps that was the only fortunate thing to happen to him. Finally, Sohi was enlisted as an assistant at a military medical institution. There, however, he found something even worse than the low, scorned, depressing customs of Onagafuchi village in the research they were carrying out. Oh, fuck. Could that have been, well, you know, the oh my god, bacterial, god. What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. Bacteriological core in the old Japanese army or something. Bacteriological. There we go, something like that. Fuck it, I'll leave that shit in just so you can see how much of a dumbass I am. Because who doesn't know how to pronounce that fluently? Keiji-kun, you've heard of that? What could it be? I was pretty sure it was Unit 731. I don't know what that is, so news to me. They used many innocent people as fodder for horrible human experiments. Yeah, what country doesn't do that, though? They methodically observed how many days a new strain would take to kill the victims. Okay, that is a little fucked up. Especially if they're like trying to perfect it to get it like as quick as possible. How many days would it be when injected? How many days it would be when swallowed? They dissected many people to find that out. Sometimes they wouldn't bother waiting until they were dead and dissected them while they were still alive. Ooh, god. Oh, thank god I already fucking ate. Oh god. Oh, that would be fucked up. I'm eating like while reading this. Oh god. Oh god, that would suck. Yeah, warning for anyone who's eating during this, I would stop. Because I think it's gonna get a lot worse. They would strap them into centrifuges while still alive and crush them in decompression chambers while still alive. Oh god. Oh. When a live human decompresses, all the holes in their body gets pushed outwards, and their intestines get pushed out. Oh god. Oh. Oh god. And their intestines get pushed out of their anus like a snake winding out of it. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, this is fucked up. Oh god. Why am I reading this? I have a feeling I saw something like that on a documentary one time. Oh god. Oh. Oh. Good god. So basically space is the same thing. That makes me sick. And they still hate Hinamizawa, huh? He said it. Shion agreed with me, giving a faint sad smile. It wasn't much in a way of communication, but for some reason I was happy to have it right now. I'm not, because that's not the real Mion. Thus it makes me sad that she feels it necessary to be an imposter. And it pisses me off. They were researching concrete methods for reducing the difficulty of delivering food on the battlefield. The military's designs at the start of the war completely fell apart and a chronic food shortage broke out all over the battlefront. The food shortage led to malnutrition as their natural resistance lowered, the soldiers fell to one disease after another. Obviously. Spirit and morale lowered as well. They wouldn't be able to maintain their forces at this rate. Apparently that's where the research started. Probably should have done that before starting the war. Though, you know, that's thinking ahead. They probably didn't figure it would be going the way it did. Because they almost had it their way and would have been pretty damn sufficient if it actually ended up working out their whole plan completely. So, definitely got very fortunate for the American side. Very fortunate. At first it was to find methods of delivering food to battlefields. It was very broad and included things from violent methods like stealing it from the citizens to survival methods like how to cook unfamiliar insects and plant life. As they were working out the details, they kept straying off course and going out of control, until finally they knocked down a door called Taboo. Eating people. What do you think the easiest source of protein on the battlefield is? A dead enemy. Rena and I knew the answer without being told, so we didn't answer. That's right. They were researching ways to handle using humans as food. Fighting onward, sometimes eating the flesh of enemies and sometimes that of allies became the ultimate service paid to their country. Hey, I was right. I guess right with the enemies. They were deadly serious about this doctrine. It really is a riot. My grandfather was despised as someone who ate human flesh, and yet they had gone above and beyond that. And perfected ways of doing it. Apparently he always thought about it too. Even if he was a vulgar, man-eating demon, they were far more ugly demons than he. So no matter how much he was scorned, he wouldn't put up with it. At least they had a handful of test prototypes. When the soldiers learned it was human flesh, however, the scientists couldn't make anyone eat it. So it was apparently sent to the front lines. The cans were labeled meat substitutes, and so that they wouldn't accidentally eat it themselves, they stamped the bottoms with a circle. The starved soldiers on the front lines apparently loved all the prototypes they were sent. Among them, those who cooked it in soy sauce, like it was sukiyaki, loved it the most. Fuck! Oh, that's... Oh, please! Oh, God! Oh... Oh, this is fucked. Good God. Come on, Michan, stop. I'm getting sick to my stomach. Yeah, no shit. Rena really was pale-faced, and she looked like she was having difficulty continuing to sit on her knees. I mean, it's pretty fucked up. I've read worse stuff before, just because I've been on the internet for more than a year. So I know how fucked up it can be. But this is pretty bad. Mion looked like she had more to say, but she sighed lightly and stopped there. Then those canned goods your grandpa brought back. I don't know if it's true. So he denied it was human flesh up until the day he died. However, those who begrudged Hinamizawa's sudden revival called him a savage for making a fortune from selling human flesh, and the villagers began to be scorned again. They returned to a time where children would be jeered at and have rocks thrown at them. Man, that's fucked up. And it's not like the kids had a choice in it. You could blame the adults, maybe, if they're like older and could have been around during the time. But I mean, kids, you have no reason to yell at them or be upset at them, because again, they didn't really choose to be where to be born. The stifling silence came back. What a serious, hopeless, and sad story it was. They were discriminated against, discriminated and were discriminated against. Why must they attach worth and rank to it? Why can't they live without looking down on people? Because that's just human fucking nature to think you're superior to other people. And always compare yourself, because that's just how humans work. How we operate. That's just how it goes. You can't ever change that fact, and that's just how we're hardwired. That's what the point of these competitions are. That's the point of sports. The point of tests. It's not to assess what you are. No, it's basically to compare yourself to other people in the nation. Especially all this standardized tests. Those are to compare you against everyone else in the nation. And how your school compares to other places in the nation. It's not about, oh, are you really getting the best out of your education? No, it's to bolster the school. It's that competition. Oh, the shattered minds of the educational system. Gotta love it. Why can't everyone enjoy life together? I didn't know. It's because that's no fun. Who doesn't love the conflict? My grandfather, the family head, once told the children of the village this. If they throw a stone at one of you, then two of you must throw stones back. Scratch out that you. The children asked her, what if they threw stones at two of us? 4 throw back. Of course, the answer was simple. If they throw stones at 2 of you, throw them back with 4. Hey, look, I guessed right. If they chase 8 of you with sticks, drive them off with 16. If they slander 30 of you, yell back with 60. Finally, the children asked, what if we're attacked by 1,000 people? Oh god, oh that's fucked up actually. I was just about to say, attack them with 2,000. Oh god, that's fucked up. Even that answer was simple. If 1,000 people attack you, then everyone in Hinamizawa will stand up against them. It was a manifesto to spur people into action. My grandmother rose up not only as the leader of the Sonozaki house, but as the mother of Hinamizawa. It was halfway through 1955. It was a time when riots over the treaty with the US were rampant, a time of battle and action. The people of Hinamizawa joined together and fought, treating unfair discrimination towards one as a crime against them all. It didn't matter whether that one was a child or an adult. If they had heard that a child had been told off, then everyone would crowd the house of the perpetrator acting as a whole. Oh, get fucked. If they heard an adult had been treated unfairly, men and women, young and old, would all band together and stand up against it. If you meddled with the people from Hinamizawa, you would be in trouble. God. They probably figured that if they could make others think that, they'd win. Kei-chan, do you remember how many people came to help you when you got involved with those delinquents in town? Wasn't it like 13 or something like that? Or will it say like 6 because 3 were trying to fuck with me? I recalled how much of an impression it had left on me. Wait. There's no way Mion would know about that either, because Shion stepped in, unless Shion told Mion about it. Haha. Another lie. Got her again. Because unless Shion told Mion about it, which I don't see why she would. Well, someone else could have told him that, you know, the villagers helped him out. But I don't know, it's just the way talking about it. I think it's still Shion. I think that's another general idea you could get at. Another way you can bolster the idea that it's really Shion. I recalled how much, yeah, I already read that, whoops. That the people of Hinamizawa boldly came to my rescue, yet the people of Okinamiya averted their eyes so they wouldn't get involved. If there's a crowd forming, I'll get involved, but if it's just one of me, and there's 3, like, gang people, no, fuck that, I'm not getting involved. No, I don't want to die. I'm not stupid. Because getting involved in that kind of thing is stupid. Like Kei-chan. My grandmother fought, and my parents carried on the fight. At last, peace returned to Hinamizawa. Of course, that peace had been placed on a razor's edge. When you consider the previous 100 years of history, the tranquility can only be called a chance interval, standing on an uneven scales. Why? Could I really have an opinion on such a long and difficult history when I hadn't moved here more than a year ago? Yet I said it anyway. Why can't everyone just live in peace? What happened to those old stories of Oyashiro-sama that I heard from Takano? Man and demon joined hands and lived together in harmony. Didn't Oyashiro-sama remain in this world to watch over that? It's a fairy tale. I mean that even if those people and demons were real, the Oyashiro-sama who meditated between them wasn't. Is that why Oyashiro-sama's curse happens? A cool gust of wind blows in from outside, fluttering Shion's long, beautifully clean hair. Shion kept her refreshing smile without answering, and didn't even change her expression, but even that became a silent answer. So that Hinamizawa village might once more be like Onagafuchi village, so that we may again be a sacred existence worthy of worship. That was the earnest wish of our ancestors in Onagafuchi, and the mission of those who inherit the demon in the Sonozaki main family. Those who inherit the demon? For generations, the Sonozaki family has had a custom of including the character for demon in the leaders' names. Yeah, that's right. Because, the one journal was about that. If you write out my name on your hand, it would appear plain as day. Trace out the word Mion on the palm of my hand. Oh, she's right. The character for demon is in there. Not only in my name either. The demon is engraved on my body as well. Hello? When she said that, she quietly rose and began to lay her hand on her clothing. No, I'm not stopping her. God damn it. It's okay, Mi-chan. You don't need to show us, okay? Yes, she does. For research. Thank you. Notice again, I still didn't stop. Keiichi's like, look at the time. I think I need to stay here for an extra hour. With just that exchange, I guessed what she meant. Most likely, somewhere on her body, there was a permanent seal, such as a tattoo or marking that proved that she inherited the demon. For all I know, she could have been bluffing, knowing Rena would stop her. Something to think about. Shion didn't sit back down. She smoothly opened the paper door onto the porch. A refreshing breeze began to cleanse the damp air that filled the room. Shion quietly gazed out at the wide yard for quite a while. On her shoulders was something I could never imagine the normal Mion carrying. It was the heavy, truly heavy, history of Hinamizawa, no, of Onagafuchi weighing down on them. What kind of words could I possibly say to Shion like that? To a Shion like that. Aha. Because again, I will always refer to her as Shion for the rest of the game. Again, until there's undeniable proof. Undeniable. Rena wasn't saying anything to her either. Only the voices of the cicadas drowned out the silence. At last, after a long period of nothing, Shion murmured. The serial incidents happening over the past 5 years. I was directly related to some of them, and indirectly to others. Some were not the Sonozaki family, but rather related to the others, the Kimiyoshi family and the Furude family. I think I was at the center of all of them. She said it all without turning around, with her back to us. At some point, her tone of voice had gone back to being the Shion we knew. Pretending to be Mion we knew. Aha! I fucking hate her, though. Nothing will ever redeem her in my eyes. Especially if she ends up hurting Mion, or doing something to her. Never will I feel any sympathy towards her. I have faith in what I've done, and don't feel any guilt. If I did, perhaps it would be that I will have to leave the stage before the heir is decided. Hello? What? If I'm caught and tried in a court of law, then I suppose that's how it works nowadays. Being able to retire with Hinamizawa at the most peaceful it's been in 100 years could be the happiest thing that's ever happened to any of the Sonozaki leaders of past generations. Shion leaned a shoulder against the paper door, then slid down and flopped on the ground. Rip. It was an act of such resignation that just seeing it made me hurt inside. I don't care. If it was the real Mion, I might care. But for her, no. No remorse. The numerous terrible crimes Shion had been a part of suddenly began to fade from my mind. Hey, Shion, I don't care what happens after this. Can't you just try to struggle as much as you can? Try to run away? Wow, at least you're not trying to aid and abet now. As soon as I began to think that way, Rena's ringing voice filled the room. But Rika and Satoko... You killed them, didn't you, Michan? The sharp points of her words stabbed into my chest, despite not being directed at me. I'm not saying that it's okay if you killed other people. Regardless, Michan, you killed Rika and Satoko. Rena's words were more biting than any I had ever heard. Even now that we knew all the heavy history pressing down on Shion's shoulders, she had criticized her for killing our friends. Just as I bear the duty of the Sonozaki family, Rika bore the duty of the Furude family. That duty was to protect the ritual storehouse. My chest tightened. I learned around last year that Rika had said something about it. The bars on the storehouse door were too heavy for her, and she wanted to change them to a simpler lock and key. Even the priest before her had complained about it being heavy. He was very aware of how hard it was for Rika. I'll make sure to guard it, so I want to replace the lock with something lighter. I replied on the behalf of the Sonozaki family leader. Ever since the string of freak death incidences, there seem to be people who are insolent towards Oyashiro-sama, so you shouldn't replace the lock with a simpler one. That said, the leader of the Kimiyoshi family, Old Man Kimiyoshi, If it's that difficult for you, Rika, then I think it's okay to replace the lock, he said. The very fact that it was locked with the key was an indication of it being somewhere you mustn't enter. I mean, that's not wrong. There's nobody bad enough to break through it and go inside, he said. It'll be fun, they said. Even if we were alike as leaders, I couldn't find it in me to argue with Old Man Kimiyoshi, since I owed him so much. In the end, we decided to switch out the lock on the storehouse, and we switched it to a really cheap and light padlock. Old man, is this really alright? Nana says that if possible, we should keep the lock the same. It'll be alright. Who's stupid enough to go in there? You're quite the worrywart. If something happens, this old man will take all the responsibility. Do you promise? You mean that you will take responsibility as the leader of the Kimiyoshi family, right? You should be well aware of how sacred the things inside really are. It's okay. There aren't any bad cats in Hinamizawa who would open the lock and break in. Meow meow. Oh no, that's Rika. Oh, that had to be Rika who said that. Because that's just... Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Good God, I did not understand. Okay, sobs escaped from my mouth. Something hot and wet dripped down in spades and fell onto the tatami mat. Yeah, they probably should have given a little more background with those, just the ooh, oh. Definitely can take that in the wrong direction. I had already heard of thieves entering the ritual storehouse during the Watanagashi festival. There were 4 of them. We decided to act within the day. At the same time, we needed to demand the ones who allowed the thieves to break in, Rika of the Furude family and the old man Kimiyoshi, take responsibility. My tears dripped and dropped. Dripped and dropped. Until just now, I had decided that it was Mion's fault. That she killed Rika and the others. Shion. That was wrong. The one who killed them wasn't Mion. That's right. It was me. I did it. I'm Batman. I might as well have killed them. Keiichi-kun. I had a chance to stop this tragedy from happening, and yet I didn't. Cheap curiosity got the better of me, and I didn't. If at the time I had stopped us from sneaking into the ritual storehouse, Rika and the others wouldn't have had to die. Well, no, they probably still would have gone in, whether you had or not. They probably weren't going to listen to you. So really, it would have just been them who died, and you'd be scot-free. And hopefully Mion would still be okay. I'm still not giving up hope. I'm hoping she's alive. I just have very little... I just have a high doubt on being alive. If I had, then nothing would have happened. We would be spending our days having lots of fun like we always did. I was an idiot. If by shedding tears I could take it all back, then I would have filled up the room with them. However, such a meager act wouldn't be enough to redeem myself for the crime I've committed. Kei-chan, you're not at fault. Shion gently began to speak to me, as if trying to reason with me. As the leader of the Sonozaki family, I needed to act, but given the history of the Sonozaki family, thinking about it now, it's no big deal. Maybe I should have saved my friends, even if it meant casting all that aside. I yielded to it, and that's why I killed those 2. See, Mion wouldn't do that. She would be pissed, but she wouldn't kill her friends. Well, I say that now, but I mean... Oh shit, what if in the first game that actually wasn't Mion who was trying to inject me with something? What if that was actually Shion? We never saw her. It could have very well been Shion. I mean, there's no way for me to know. Or it could have just been, her gone batshit insane and possessed. Or I could have just gone insane too. Either one. I mean, Keiichi was in kind of that spot where you tend to go a little crazy. Mio and Sonozaki and nobody else killed them. I had hundreds of chances to stop it, but I didn't stop. I gave in to the easy role that was handed to me, and abandoned all thought of fighting for my friends. Nope, not Mion. That's not how Mion acts. She never gives up. She never stops fighting. Unless you want to say fuck her character development so far, that's all been a lie. Then fuck you, game, for being lazy. So this is my crime. I killed them. Mion Sonozaki with these hands. Yeah, no. You're bullshitting me. You're 100% Shion. Because you're even being deprecating to Mion again, like you always are. Just hates me. I just hate it. I hate the idea. And nothing whatsoever changed. Nothing. Her masochistic laughter was sad. Especially because Shion boasted in Claude that she would turn the tables on in whatever predicaments presented themselves. Mion boasted, sorry. It's true though, that's why it's not her. Because she wouldn't give in that easily. It's just bullshit. And I'm surprised Rena hasn't picked up on this. Because she should know, Mion as good as I do. And I'm, like, not even in the game. So easily, she's known him for, like, a few months now? 6 months now? Or almost a year? So yeah, she should definitely know that this doesn't sound like the regular Mion.